Good morning. This is John from the Springs Mennonite Church. Happy July. Well, it started on Friday if you missed it. But today, July 4th, is a holiday. We celebrate the birth of our country and remember the sacrifices it took for you and I to have the freedom to live here and enjoy the blessings. And we really have a lot, an awful lot to be thankful for. And this week, I want to talk about some events in the life of Jesus in the early times of his ministry from the Gospel of Matthew. And I want to start today with Matthew chapter 4 and verses 18 to 20. It reads, As one day Jesus was walking along the shore of the Sea of Galilee, and he saw two brothers, Simon, also called Peter, and Andrew, throwing a net into the water, for they fished for a living. They were fishermen. Jesus called out to them, Come, follow me, and I will show you how to fish for people. And they left their nets at once and followed him. I've always been amazed at the calling of the disciples as it's talked about in the Bible and in church stuff. These are the first ones. Now, if Jesus hadn't been successful in calling these disciples, the church wouldn't have grown. And among other things, I wouldn't be talking to you here. So there's something really important here, and perhaps we can find it. It's sort of like the blessings of living in the United States. We take them for granted. We shouldn't, but we do. And in my travels throughout Central and South America, I've always been thankful that I was born here. And I'm thankful that Peter and Andrew responded. They were the first to step out in faith to do something differently. And that's an example for you and for me. So it says here that Jesus was walking along the shore. Now, I don't think it was just a casual stroll. He was being intentional. He knew what he was looking for. He was looking for two guys, and he was coming up to them. Now, we don't really think about it that way. Jesus didn't just stumble on Andrew and Simon. He intentionally went out looking for them, and he found them. And he said, Come and follow me. And instead of fishing for fish, I'll show you how to fish for people. Now, Jesus comes to you and me with a similar call. He says, wherever we are, and he seeks us out just as deliberately as he sought out Simon and Andrew. He seeks us out intentionally because he has a plan. And if you've responded to that plan many years ago, that's great. He's got more plans than what you thought when he started. If you haven't responded to his call, then, well, let me encourage you to think about it. So he says to Andrew and Simon, now, try to put yourself in their place. They fish for a living. This is how they make their money. This is how they support their families. This is what their fathers taught them to do, and their fathers' fathers taught them to do. And this is what they eventually, when and if they have kids, they'd expect to teach them. This was their life. And here comes this stranger. I don't know what Jesus really looks like. Since he was from the Middle East, I suspect he was kind of dark skinned, had a big nose, probably brown eyes, brown hair, and probably a little curly. I like the curly idea. That gives me some encouragement. But there was something about Jesus that they saw. And so when he said, put on your net, I'll teach you how to fish for something better. I'll teach you how to fish for people. Now, do you really think that Simon and Peter had any idea what he meant by that? And if they did, why did they respond? Why did they even care? They sought fish. But it says that after hearing this, they left their nets at once. You see, when Jesus comes by, he's hard to resist. When he taps you on the shoulder, it's hard to say, yes, what did I do? What do you want? I'm here. And he's constantly tapping us on the shoulder. The first time when we agree to follow him, and then every day after that, when we continue to put our lives in his hands to do his works. You see, Simon and Andrew knew something that you and I probably still don't know. They knew when they heard these words and when they saw his face that this was an irresistible person and force, and they had to do it. I don't think they thought about, well, what does this mean? I don't think they thought about, what will my neighbors say? What will my parents say? I think they just responded to the touch of Jesus. And that's what he wants from you and from me. He's touching you today in some way. I know it. And my guess is, if you take the time to think about it, you'll know it too. So let's try to get our lives in gear, not with what we want, but with what he wants. And if we can do that, like Peter and Andrew, we'll be better people because of it. Well, thanks for listening. Hope you have a great day, and hope you're going to have a great week. I'll be back all week, and I'll share some more on the thoughts from the early life in his ministry of Jesus. If you have a need or concern that we can help you with, please let us know. We'll do everything we can as fast as we can to help meet your need. Thank you so much for listening. I'll be back tomorrow. God bless you.